Time to check in with our lizard overlords. What are they up to? Well, this.
Is this the worst hour now?
Are we done our first hour?
Yeah, we're into our worst hour now.
Keep your expectations of this episode low. Starting the worst hour now, I feel like we've crossed into like maybe not great content hour.
Welcome to our worst hour.
So we have a site we work at where we haul snow. And you go from the back of the building to the front. And traditionally, this is hundreds of trips, right? This isn't one trip. This is hundreds of trips. And traditionally, we go through the back gate and we come in through the back gate and we get loaded back and forth. But when we were doing it this week, they instituted a new law where we had to go through the check-in with all the transport trucks. So at every load of snow, you pull up to a speaker and someone from Bombay starts screaming at you in Hindi. And then you yell back at them, winter maintenance. And then they yell back at you in Hindi. And then you say snow removal. And then they realize that you speak English, not Hindi, and they speak to you in English. And then this is a whole 5 to 7 minute rigmarole every time you pull in the gate. And to keep this in perspective, these are hundreds of loads of snow we're moving. And I was like, what are we doing here? Like, when the core of it, I don't care because everyone there is getting paid by the hour. So it's far more important to follow the rules, right? Than it is to, like, it's not like they're making it hard. Like, it's not like they're saying you have to do this in 8 hours and do this. They're just saying you have to do this every time. So I'm like, why the fuck are we doing this? Seems weird. Like, we've been doing this for a long time and we've never done this before. Like, what changed? And then I looked at my Instagram feed today. And from that warehouse, $2 million worth of merchandise was stole. And those people have been arrested and prosecuted. And I went,
Yeah, but if they've been arrested and dealt with, then problem solved.
Well, not really, because now you're clamping down security, right? If you put it from perspective, say that you had $2 million worth of equipment stolen from your yard because of some breach that you had, or say you had anything stolen from your yard.
Yeah.
And then they arrested the person that stole it. You still would change how you operate your yard.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. But there'd be nothing left to steal. So
well, I'm saying
it could take a while to implement the new system if there's nothing in the yard left to steal.
Like, you could have a yard
create
policy.
a new SOP.
You create a new SOP. You could have a yard policy at your yard where you say, we leave all the keys in the machines because we want them there. We want to be able to start them in the morning. We don't want a bunch of bullshit. Keys stay in the machine. But then one of your machines goes missing. All of a sudden you're like, yeah, these keys are getting fucking locked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's all that happened to us, is we got fucking locked up.
You got locked up.
We got locked up.
So in the interest of safety, you're now billing more time because things take longer.
Things take longer, yeah. But no one cares because these are the rules and we need to follow them, which is cool. I don't care. It was interesting when I didn't know why the fuck we were doing it. And then all of a sudden there was news articles about it everywhere. And I was like, oh, that's why we're fucking doing this. Because we could potentially be smuggling out loads of snow or smuggling. I don't know what we could, but it's like when I ran Ridge Lake, we had a policy where you wear your hard hat no matter what you were doing, where you were, or where you were working.
I would love that.
Because when originally because I was operations there, I used to let people choose. appropriate times to wear their hard hat, right? You're working on a residential job in Miss Smith's backyard. Probably not, like, you don't need to wear your hard hat, right? But when you're working on a commercial site, you need to wear your hard hat. But that, when you gave out that personal choice, people just started doing whatever the fuck they wanted. So I'd show up place and be like, hey, there's no hard hats. You're all wearing shorts. And they'd say, well, we thought it would be okay here. So we didn't. I'm like, well, it's not. Got 7 phone calls from the fucking site super. So then I got tired of that. So I just instituted this wide band policy that was everyone's going to wear all their shit all the time.
I like that.
So this is the wide band policy that came into effect for us at this client. Like, we just got caught up in the wide band policy. Has nothing to do with us, nothing to do with what we're doing, but you can't make an exception for anyone because you're obviously trying to lock shit down.
That's fine.
It's fine with me. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. You just added 2% to your billing.
Doesn't particularly bother me. I think it's fucking great. I have no big issue with it.
Go with it.
Yeah. So we're getting our website rebuilt.
Ooh.
Are you?
Who's doing that?
I don't know. Someone Kelly found. Because I don't know if we're getting it rebuilt. We're gonna try doing some like marketing stuff. I haven't done it. I've never done any marketing ever.
I was thinking about it too. Like, we don't have a lot residentially. We got like 3 or 4 for the spring, but lots of commercial, like you wouldn't fucking believe. For the next 2 years, we have like 5 million on deck already. Just looking into what's coming up. We had a meeting about it today. Like, we have this meeting every year where we go over the jobs and the profit sharing and all this stuff. And at the end of the meeting say, so you want to do it again or finish the partnership here? Right? Because we have the option to opt out, and I mean, no hard feelings, business is business. But this year I looked at my partner, I'm like, well, we're attached at the hip. Like, we're so far in it now. I don't think either one of us gets out of this capable enough to do all these jobs on our own. So
Will this eventually come to the point where one of you guys absorb the other?
I don't think so. I think it works well
Yeah.
now. We've
But
I
eventually somebody's gonna not want to do it anymore, no?
I think so. He just had another child, like a brand new baby, like fresh last week or whatever, like, so he's invested in the next 25 years, right?
Gotcha.
I think I'm in it for at least another 20. And I think as things roll towards the end, we'll both know and we can reevaluate then.
Gotcha.
But, or downsize then or
Well,
whatever.
you're still 2 separate entities.
Yeah, we are. Like, we've ironed out the wrinkles in our system to proceed with this relationship, the way things are going, right? Like, it works. It really does work.
What I find interesting about it is, like, your crew's working, his crew's working. I find it interesting that there's never an argument about whose crew is more productive. Like, your crew wasn't productive, so we didn't make as much as we should have. Because that's the human factor. The rest of it isn't human, right? Like, we have a big client that we used to do hourly work for. And the problem, when I had a meeting with them about it, because a couple things went offside, right? And the problem with it, what happened?
Sorry, I didn't know you could hear that.
There's a duck,
Oh.
a duck in
Yes,
Chad's background there.
nice. Was that when you're hiring people to work hourly, you have this expectation of these people to be perfect all the time. Have the most productive day, show up exactly because you're paying them hourly to do these things, right? And it affects your profit margin. someone's late, someone doesn't show up for work, it affects everything. So I went to them and said, listen, I'm no longer doing any work for you guys. Like I might do something small. Like we were on a bigger project where we had a contract and they asked us to do a couple things and said, just bill me by the hour. That's different. We're talking about sustained hourly work over a long period of time. So now we only do contracts with them. Because even in that scenario, I had a couple times where they felt like we weren't as productive as we should be, or we were supposed to send three, but only two guys showed up, so not enough work. And I think they were very fair in that assessment. I'm not whining about it. I agree with what they were saying, but that's why I said like there isn't perfection every day in landscaping. So your relationship in that regard, the human part of it is the part of it that I think would be a struggle, but it's not. Like obviously you guys must have similar production rates, similar reliabilities on your employees, or the two of you, there's just so much money in it at the end, no one really cares, and you divide the profit and move on.
Well,
I
I'll break it down the way it has been for us, right? So I'm confident in his leadership and his management of his guys. He's confident in my management of me and my guys, right? Um, I feel like my guys are faster at a lot of stuff, or things that they're not faster at, they do a better job at and don't need to be redone. Whereas once or twice from his end, things have had to be redone, right? I get it. You're right. Landscaping is not perfect pedal to the metal profit all the time, right? Like mistakes happen, things aren't perfect. Some days are not as productive as others.
you know what I would say as an example is your guys went to that away job and cut all those stones more than they were supposed to and took vastly longer to finish that than it should have taken.
Yeah.
When you guys sat down to look at that job in particular.
Which we did today, actually.
Okay, so this is good. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of thing, like, obviously, you guys are mature and you're able to work through things together.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that kind of thing where there's a legitimate point for him to say, your guys fucked this up.
Well, his guys were there too. We both had skin in the game
Okay, but
on
what if it
that
was
rock cutting job.
only your guys that were there and it went that sideways? That's where I think there's the potential for an issue, like with someone. But it depends on the people too, right?
Yeah. So I think I mentioned before that all of our work is like we'll bid the job as a package, whatever. Then we bill each other T&M on the job, right? So say my guys took 20 hours cutting this rock. Well, I'm going to bill for 20 man hours cutting the rock, right? And then whatever's left, we'll split whatever money is left. It's rare that it happens. We have gone over our profit margin in like using up our own hours once or twice, right? Which, if I can explain that, is just my crew took, instead of having cream at the end, my crew used all that cream in hours, right? And at the end, there's no cream left. So we look at, okay, did we bid the job wrong? Did we do something wrong? He's just not making the profit off the end of that job, the cream. We're not
But he
splitting
still
any
gets
cream
time and materials.
for whatever he had,
Yeah,
for whatever manpower he had in that job.
right.
It's rare that we lose so much that we have to scale back our labor hours to account for our loss on the job. At worst, we're breaking even with no cream to split.
So that's the part of the relationship I think that works obviously for you guys, but would be very hard for other people to put in perspective.
So if you put in, let's say, like easy numbers, 75 labor hours, and he put in 25 labor hours, he would get 25% of the profit. You would get
No,
75. No?
no.
No. They would
No.
take the 75 labor hours and the 25 labor hours, add that up as a total, minus it from the job, the materials, and then take what's left and split that.
Yeah.
Split it
Chad?
50-50.
No,
50/50.
but
I'm
only that
50-50.
part of it. Chad
I'm
would get
billing.
paid for his 75
Yeah,
hours.
I'm billing my
Oh, okay.
hourly rate regardless, right? So I'm making, if we put more work in, we're getting that back in
Yeah.
Is your
labor hour
hourly
revenue.
is your hourly rates that you guys put in
Same. Yeah.
labor, but is it labor plus overhead, or is it just this is what you get for your hourly rates?
Uh,
Because your overhead should be different, right?
yeah, and it's just labor hours, right? Like I bill out at $85 an hour. Lionel bills out at $85 an hour. Foreman 75, whatever. Crew guys 55, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
I'm surprised you do it 50-50, to be honest. Like, what if you
why?
Wow.
took
We
that to
both
the extreme where you did 99% of the labor hours and he did 1%?
Yeah, but
It would still be
if that's on
50-50?
one job though, on the next job, it's the opposite, right? He's doing that
Okay.
90% and I'm doing the 10% or something, right?
Gotcha.
well,
Because we can't.
if you guys have two jobs going on at the same time, one could be his and one could be yours, and you have none of his guys, he has none of yours,
Yeah,
and then but you still split it all in the middle, right?
yeah. Because I think that's the most open and honest way to do this and make it work, right?
So
Like,
you'll split even the jobs that you didn't even use any of his guys, the profit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that, okay.
Commercially,
If
yeah.
Makes
if
sense.
it was bid together,
If it was
Yes.
bid together,
Yeah.
which the understanding is commercially it is,
Got it.
right?
every commercial job you bid and he bids is a partnership.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why there's $5 million worth of work in the next 2 years
Hmm.
to do. And that's just what's signed up POs ready to go, right? That's not the other 5 million that's coming in the meantime. It's just it's you're buying yourself some assurance that there's going to be work coming up for your guys and knowing you have manpower to do it between the two companies.
Well, you also have two sets of equipment.
Two sets of equipment. Yeah. Two sets of eyes on everything. Um, so like whenever you're doing the profit sharing and I see a job that we did, 100% of, and there's 100 grand to split at the end and you're giving away 50 at the beginning, it fucking hurts. You're like, fuck, I did the whole thing. I should be making 100 grand, you know, until it comes back around, right?
Yes.
Because he's done the same thing.
Got
So
it. Got it.
it's, you have to trust your partner. And we're attached at the hip now for that. But I mean, this is, and I don't know if this is a common thing in landscaping, but this system that we've taped together, hodgepodge together, like it seems to really be the ticket to why we can compete in things that are probably out of both of our leagues.
Well, it makes you guys a powerful force
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
I feel that about all the subcontractors we have.
that's it, right? Like it's,
I feel like we have a powerful, I mean, you're essentially subcontracting off each other, essentially,
yeah.
right?
Joint
And
ventures are,
I'm doing the same thing, like in a different way. We're not sitting down at the end but like we did 7,000 square feet of pavers with um Hallscape, right? They supplied the labor. Materials were supplied by the GC, but they supplied the labor. He did 95% of that job. There was 5% of bullshit that had to go on afterwards with repairs and some pavers and stuff that we did ourselves. But if you broke down how that job broke out, he probably ended up with his labor cost plus 50% of the material, 50% of the profit on that job. And I ended up with my office costs, my management costs, and 50% of the profit.
Yeah.
So it's similar. It's just not as formal as what you're doing.
I mean, none of this is written down, right? These are the rules of the partnership. It's
Yeah.
a mutual understanding that this is how we proceed
I
with
think
it.
the only difference the way I'm doing it is if someone gets punched in the face, it's only me getting punched in the face over and over and over and over and over again. Because I will always pay the people that subcontracted off me for their labor and time. Like if you guys had a job where you outright didn't get paid, but he did 99% of it, would you back pay him his half of the labor he's losing?
Say that again.
Okay,
If
so let's say there's a job where he does 100% of the work, right?
yeah,
And then that client never pays you. Would you back pay half the labor he has in it so you would lose together, or would you expect him to lose all the money?
the understanding is that we'd lose together.
I think that's important.
We win together, we lose together.
I think that that's super important. I think that's the way I would do it too. It has to be that way, or it wouldn't work.
Yeah. No, the understanding is we win together, we lose together. Thankfully, we haven't lost together. We've won some fucking big numbers
Yeah,
together, you know.
yeah, but I like I'm saying, say you did $100,000 job, there was 20,000 profit. He put in everything. He had 80 grand. You never got paid that $100,000. You would cut him a check for 40 grand to cover his loss.
Yeah, we because it's one job that we lost on, but it's
I'm not talking about losing. I'm talking about outright not getting paid at all.
hey, well, that's a loss,
Yeah,
right?
it's a loss. Yeah.
So what would happen if we were one company?
Oh, I think you
Because we're
should cut.
acting like one company.
I
We're
think you
just,
should cut him a check.
yeah,
I agree. It's 100% that you should cut him a check for 40 grand. If he has 80,000 in a job, I mean, and I think that that's one of the great things about your partnership is there's also that added layer of protection. If I do an entire job and I don't get paid for any of it, I have a partner that's going to back pay me for half of my costs. I would that is
That just
worth
comes
it
out
to
of the
me.
profit from the next one,
so
right?
yeah, here's the other side of it. While he's doing that $80,000 job or whatever, I'm also doing another job and making money
Yeah,
on that one,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah. I'm saying I think
like
it's great. It's productive.
it's we're mutually ensuring our success.
Does Jack do his quotes?
Yep,
Nice.
Jack does all of them. Like it's been 2 years now, I think. And we talked today, like I don't know how we could do this without Jack anymore. He's like, yeah,
If you got nothing from this podcast, you got Jack.
you got Jack. I think we brought some other guys to Jack's table too. Like not just, I don't know. I'm sure he's swimming in it now.
Well, I'm just saying that like if nothing else from this podcast, you could say it was worth my time once a week to shoot my mouth off
Oh, yeah.
for 3 years to get Jack.
I remember when you first approached me. Nervous. Well, not physically approached me, but he called me. I remember where I was, and he was this nerdy little guy, nervous. He's like, "This is what I want to do for you." I said, "Yeah, let's fucking play ball. You're good enough for PK. You're good enough for me. Let's get you on some jobs." And honestly, for what I won't get into his numbers and everything, but what he brings to the table is a value like no other to our companies.
So he should raise his prices.
Whatever, whatever Jack needs to do to ensure that he's there when I need him.
You guys are going to make Jack so big that you'll eventually not be getting Jack. You'll be getting his
He
employees.
already has a guy,
I know.
but I'd hope that he remembers the relationship in its early stages. Not that he owes us anything, but I hope that I can lean on him the way that I have been leaning on him.
I think that when Jack got the because obviously Jack's guy does a lot for us too, right?
Yeah.
I think he sends out more emails in our name now than Jack does. he sends out a lot of emails for pricing inquiry because I'm on every email that goes out for pricing inquiries for whatever. Like today they were pricing something. I got a million emails about some fucking picnic bench. But I'm one of the things I'm confident in is that Jack hired good people. You know, he's and his guy's done a lot of stuff for us. I think it's great. I mean, if I call Jack, he still answers the phone. And I think if Jack had 50 employees working for him and you called him, he would still answer the phone because that's his personality. And he would take a deep dive into whatever your problem was. So I don't worry about him getting bigger. I'm happy for him, similar to you, Chad, that if he gets bigger, then that's great for Jack. It's great for us too because it keeps casting a wider net, right?
Yeah, like one day he could be approached by a client that needs something in either of our areas, and he can say, I have the perfect guy for you. We've worked with him for years,
Yes,
you know? Because one day that will happen. His net will be much wider than ours, just
I agree.
by the fact that that's what he does. Get pricing from everybody for stuff.
We've been slow having stuff come in, so Jack's been pricing some stuff um for people we don't normally work for or haven't done a job for before or don't have a relationship for, like just kind of sending out
Hmm.
quotes for like, people ask for quotes for projects. He's quoting them, sending them out. I think that's been great for us because I would never have done that without like that's not something I would have had time to do, but I think it's a great way to expand your net.
Yeah.
And he got on a couple people's email lists. So now they're emailing out those projects and asking us for pricing. So I think that's another contractor that does commercial work that I'm fairly good friends with. He said that whenever they're trying to get in with a new GC or a new client, they usually have to price 10 jobs before they give them one. Because they want you to appear like you're serious about working for them. It's not a one-off thing. They're not going to award you a job and you're like, fuck it. I don't disagree. Like, I think that also, if you're providing people with that service of pricing, after 9 or 10, they're going to be like, we need to give these people something.
You
They've,
like to
pri-
think so. Yeah.
they've priced, yeah. Well, I think there is some of that goes in because you are providing a service.
Yeah. A lot of times it's a little bit most important. But if,
But here's the thing: like, if you've provided that service and you're low bid, if it's the first or second time you're low bid, they might go to their normal guy and be like, "Hey, do you want to do this for this price?" You're not getting last opportunity.
yeah,
You priced, you start working with some people, they're going to give you last shot, right?
true,
Which is all you really want. What
true.
is it? What is it actually going for? What are people actually going to do it for? Like that's trying to buy truck caps on fucking Facebook. It's fucking brutal.
Truck caps.
Well, by the spring of next year, I want all of our trucks to have a slip tank, a cap, and a certain set of tools in them whenever they leave the yard. We have 4 pickups, well, 5 including mine. I want all of them are going to be basically outfitted exactly the same.
Yeah,
And then the stuff will be marked to those trucks so that like if you get in that truck, you have an air compressor. If you get in that truck, you have a slip tank. You have a cap. You can have some basic tools in there just per truck. We're going to spend the winter setting that up. That's the goal anyway. I tried to buy truck caps off fucking Facebook Marketplace because it's way cheaper, and these are all work trucks, so I don't need to buy super fancy, expensive caps from brand new from the cap place. We got the one in the Toyota for $400, and then we had to wrap it black, which was probably 300 or 400 bucks. So, but buying people from stuff off people from Facebook is one of the most brutal experiences that you can ever live.
I'm selling a truck box on Facebook, and it's a giant pain in the dick.
That the one you just bought?
Yeah, ready to pull the box off, and you believe the people crawling out of the fucking woodwork on this one. You want to see it?
Are you trying to sell the box off the Dodge?
Yeah, have it up for 1,250 bucks or whatever, right? People, what is the shape of it? Can I get more pictures? Take a picture of this. Take a I'm like, does it have any rust? Does it have any Bondo? I'm just like, dude, the fucking thing is 30 years old. This is what it looks like from the pictures. I don't know what more else you want. It's $1,200. Either you want it or you don't. I don't give a shit. There's 50 other people behind you that want this thing. I have no patience for this.
I could see that.
The problem is that everybody wants their purchase on Marketplace to be a sure thing, right? They want to be getting the best, but not paying for the best. So I'm, and I do it all the time. I'm sick of these fucking
How much was that truck?
6,500 bucks.
That was a good deal.
Motor runs fucking great. Transmission is sloppy. So I'm gonna dick around with it. I'm just gonna pull all the interior and stuff and clean it up and then send it out for body work. And we'll do the interior and all that shit. And
Is that going to be ready for next year?
no, I want to get my Ford. My Ford is starting to take shape. Yeah. So he sent me all these pictures of shit that I don't even know what it is, but it's at least the motor is mounted to the frame and the cab is back on, and maybe by next fall.
Is that going to get an NDL sticker or is that personal?
Well, considering NDL is paying for it, should at least get a little NDL logo on it.
Is uh is that one to have a 5.9 in it or a 6.7?
5.9, 24 valve.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the best sounding motor.
Is it?
The International 7.3 is a good sounding motor too, but
Sounds like a school bus.
the fucking 5.9 Cummins is you ain't gonna go through the drive through with that thing running.
No. I've so now I've got a 12 valve and a 24 valve.
Is the 12 valve in the Ford?
No, the 12 valve is in the Dodge. 24 valve is in the, so 24 is what, second gen?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And 12 valve is first gen Cummins. But
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, I almost felt bad buying it. Like this kid selling it from Saskatchewan. He had it sold a bunch of times. All the buyers fell through. He wanted 8 grand for it. I went out and saw it. I'm just like, it's okay. I can give you like 6,500 bucks. And by that time, he was just so sick of having the truck. He just needed someone to buy the thing. Okay. But there's a lot of work that needs to go into it to make it drivable.
Did you drive it home?
No, God, no. Not a chance. No. I We were supposed to get the flat deck. I said, Shane, go up to Castleman, get the flat deck, and then meet me in this place called Van Cleek Hill where the truck was. He gets up to Castleman to pick up the flat deck. He goes, it's not painted. What do you mean? He's like, yeah, they invoiced it for you so that you could get it in this year's taxes, but it's not going to be painted until the new year. Well, what the fuck? So we can't take the fucking flat deck. It's not finished. So I said, whatever, bring the truck home.
Would
Park.
that truck have even fit on the flat deck?
Yeah, I measured it. Would have been fine. But and then I'm like, great, I'll shovel the snow off the float, and then I'll take the little float out there. Then I'm like, maybe the big float's better. Then I'm like, you're gonna get it halfway up this float and then it's gonna fucking bottom out. And it's a shitty old truck with shitty brakes. It's gonna go right through the fucking float into the back of my truck or something. Or it's gonna slide off the side in the snow. I'm just like, call the fucking tow truck. They're like, oh, we have a yard in Van Cleek Hill. Like, great. How much to get this truck here? They're like, $300. You pick up the truck. Like, just bring it down to me.
I'll give you the
Money
300
well
bucks.
spent. Because
Absolutely.
I just know that truck would have went sideways on the slippery float, and then we would have been for a whole lot of shit. Then it would have been hung up there. You wouldn't have been able to get it off. Had to bring another excavator out there,
I
flip the
think you
thing off.
tremendously made the right decision. It
Yeah.
shows that you're older and more mature.
Because you would not have been saving money by trying to do this yourself
Not
or
for
ourselves.
300 fucking bucks.
Not for $300. No.
I had a guy this week call me to do a remove one load of snow. So I gave him a price. He agreed. It was 5 minutes from our yard. 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back.
Wait, to remove one load of snow, can't you
Yeah.
just find a way to spend it like over the curbs or something like that?
It's a very small property. So he said, can you come down and remove one load of snow? I said, sure. I priced it for removing one load. And then he's like, hey, can you come at 10:30 at night? Like, fucking perfect. So I drove to the yard, got Christy's truck, drove it down to get this load of snow, 5 minutes from the yard. Get there, pull up, drop the bags on the truck, hear the machine coming from the back because it's like in an L-shaped parking lot behind a building, and I'm on the main road. I can't go behind the building, right? So I'm sitting there, hear the machine coming. I'm like, ah, fucking perfect. Get the fuck out of here. It's 10:30. I don't want to be awake. I'm not good at 10:30 at night.
Mm.
Um, Machine comes, it's a T450.
I don't
I'm
know what
like,
that is, but I don't think it's very
a
big.
small Bobcat,
Oh,
it's smaller than a T595. And we put
oh,
boards on Christy's truck, right, for the winter because we were trying to, it's hard
actually
for
use
her,
your snow. Yeah.
that's hard for her to make weight without boards in the salt. So I look at it, he tries it, it won't go over. He's like, I'm like, bro, this machine's too small. He's like, oh, it's like, maybe I should have got you to bring a bin truck. I'm like, yeah, they both have air tailgate bins on them, which it's not a big deal to take them off, but I'm like, all my bins too are full of snow. We don't use them for fuck all, right?
Yeah.
So they're all just sitting in the yard full of fucking snow. So I'm like, I said, dude, man, like, I'm not going back to the yard. And my truck, which is easier to get the bin off of, Andrew had wanted to plug in his truck because it was cold that night. So he parked it. He didn't want to take the float off because he didn't want to dick around with the float in the morning because he's basically been doing float moves every day this week for the whole week. So he parked the truck across the front of the truck. So then I gotta like go take Christy's truck back to the yard, drain the air, fucking go start Andrew's truck, move it out of the way, drain the fucking air, start my truck, move it, switch the bins, go get the snow, dump the fucking snow. It's probably gonna be 2 trips now. So after all this, I was like, bro, can you just put that snow in the empty field beside this property?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I could do that. I'm like, fucking perfect. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Then he texts me the next day. He's like, how much should I pay you for your time? I'm like, don't worry about it, man. He's a good client. He's been a client for like 5 or 6 years. I'm like, or 4 years probably. I was like, I don't care, man. Like, what are you gonna give me that justifies me getting up on a fucking Tuesday or leaving my house at 9:30 at night to go to the yard to start a truck to get this one load of fucking snow?
Yeah.
I am the master of my own demise there. I should have said I don't move one load of snow unless I'm moving other snow. If I don't have a truck on the road, I'm not going to put one on the road. So this was a great learning lesson for me to approach these kind of phone calls differently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it for the future.
I emptied the yard garbage bin today because it was raining and warm.
Oh, we should have done that. Ours is
So
full.
all the shit fucking came out.
Actually, we got to do one tomorrow morning. Fuck. And my license is expired now, so should be doing it.
Your license is expired.
Yeah, I need a new physical, and it's not till March. So
You can't get your physical before March.
no, I called yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, next appointment is March 12th or
You can't
whatever."
just go to the walk-in and get it done.
I guess yeah, I could, but you have to. I didn't know you need a blood test for a fucking physical.
What?
Yeah, they're like,
I,
"Oh, we'll send you with a blood rack." Like, why? It's just a physical. Like,
normally it's just a piece of paper they fill out.
yeah, I know, but maybe it's
Because when I got screwed with my license because of the pandemic and all the shit that went on, and I had like days to get this medical done, I just went to my doctor's walk-in clinic. And then whoever's there, if the doctor's there, your actual doctor's at the walk-in clinic, they'll do it. But if another doctor's there, because obviously they usually share those clinics,
hmm.
and they know that you're using that doctor, they'll just fill out the form for you.
Well, my doctor has set hours for her practices, walk-in clinic after hours for her patients only or whatever, but so maybe I'm best to go there. But
That's what
it's
I would do.
in the winter, it doesn't really bother me that much anyway. Shane can
I don't
drive.
know if there's an expiry though.
Maybe.
When you'll have to do all the testing again. I don't know how long you can go without the physical before you have to redo it all. Because that's why I rushed in to get mine done because I was going to be over the like whatever the limit is, 12 weeks or whatever after your license expires. If you don't have your physical and your license by then, they make you fucking I don't remember the rules. But I was really fucking close.
Yikes. I remember I went in once after it was COVID. Like it was fucking was just opening back up. We went on vacation. I got back, tanned to shit. Like I looked like a fucking brown guy. Walk into the drive test center. The first question is, have you been out of the country in the last 2 weeks? Like I'm fresh back from fucking Mexico or something. I'm like, no. Put my mask a little higher on my fucking face so you can only see a tan on my fucking eyes and top of my forehead. Like I need this license.
No. Meanwhile, they can probably pull your passport record and tell you've been out of the country instantaneously on their
You think so
computer.
at drive test?
I don't know. What I mean, people have access to some wild shit now, man.
There last time I went into the drive test, which is 5 years ago now, um, they I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but our drive test is has a lot of new Canadians, like a lot of new Canadians daily. Like
Working there or just going there?
no going there. Like
Yeah.
it's a hangout spot or something because at any given time there's 20 outside, tight ankle pants, ankle showing, sort of. It, it, it's a spot that they frequent. So they were excited to see a young white man there, and uh, because every time I redo my AR test, um, I don't know the fucking trucking rules, right? So I ended up writing the test like 3 times, but it's $18 every time you fail. So
Yeah, yeah.
and whatever. Like I don't know all the tractor trailer things because I don't drive a fucking tractor trailer. I'm a landscaper. But I went in, wrote the test 3 times, passed, whatever. And I'm overhearing the conversation that one of the new Canadians beside me is having with the person at the next kiosk or whatever. And she asks him, "Where are you from?" and all this stuff. So, okay, what's your address? And he goes, "I don't have an address." She goes, "Where do you live?" He goes, "In an apartment." And she goes, okay, well, where do you get your mail? It's like, I don't get mail. So, well, where do you live? He goes, I live in a basement. And he can't tell the lady the fucking address. All he can say is he lives in a basement. She's like, you can't get a license if you just live in a basement. You need a mailing address for this thing. He couldn't figure it out to save the life of him, where he was supposed to get his license delivered. Maybe the rules have changed now. Maybe this is more common now. But
He needs to get a PO box.
yeah, or something,
Hmm.
or a proper address. But surely the house had an address. He just didn't. There must have been a language barrier or something that couldn't understand. He just lives in a basement.
And that's the end of the podcast. He just lives in the basement. That should be the title. He just lives in a basement.
That's perfect. I needed a title. Otherwise, it's going to be called another political episode.
Oh.
Are you still recording this?
Yeah, we got to do our end of year episode here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
You guys good for that?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.